Hello everybody and welcome back to Crusader Kings, where that's big, but luckily we don't have to worry about that. That's a lot. But we're down over here and we don't have to worry about it too much. But I don't think we're even going to have that big of a problem with the Mongol Empire. Even if they manage to stay together, which is questionable, the real question is, how strong are they really? As a hypothetical, I'm going to hop in here. We can see it, they're about 90k. Of course, we're not going to declare this. That's not going to happen. They outnumber us about 5 to 1. But look at the size disparity here. We're going to be able to take them. It's just a matter of time. So that's absolutely wonderful. And we need to continue working on bringing up our prestige. That needs to be our primary goal right now. So what activities can we hold to do that? Well, we've got access to a feast. That'll get us, I think, a little prestige sometimes. And we could also do a funeral, which is probably not a bad idea either. So there's that. So with all of that in mind, yeah, feudal taxes increased. That's absolutely wonderful. With that in mind, we can do that. We can also eventually do a grand tournament. I don't really want to do that right at this exact moment, ideally. We'll see what we get from running a funeral because we need to get some stress loss. So we'll see what we get from that plus a feast. So that, in theory, will be fine. Actually, we could try to join this guy's tournament. Where is this? This is a really long ways away. Wow. No, we're not going to do that. That is way too far away. Pass on that one. I was going to do it, but that is nowhere near us, so absolutely not. We can create the Kingdom of Lanka. This is a bad idea at this time, but we do need to demand payment here. And apparently we can demand payment from the neighboring emperor, which we are definitely interested in doing. So that seems wonderful. And from here, we just got a Thakana. Where is this? Okay, we don't want this. Not at this time, anyway. Eventually we might want it, but as of right now, no. The Sword of Shiva is idle. No shockers there. Okay, so at this moment, I want to hold a funeral. We're going to get started on that one, and that's going to be up over here. Absolutely no danger. Do we need a mountaineer? No, we don't even need a mountaineer. So that is excellent. We'll go for extravagant ceremonials, and our deceased is going to be any of these. It really doesn't matter who this is. It can be our uncle. We're going to mourn him, and that will be fine. Off we go. Our major goal here is to get legitimacy and drop our stress level, but beyond that, we will be delighted to take any amount of prestige that we can get our hands on. That will be absolutely wonderful. The language barrier, huh? 61% chance of 75 prestige. We didn't get it, but that's okay. It's only a week. Okay, so we have arrived and gained 25 prestige from just arriving. So that is excellent. And we're going to want to invest our gold as well. So I'm going to put this into the elephantry. That'll be fine. And we've still got a decent amount of gold on hand. We'll probably save that for a feast as soon as we're done with this funeral. Or we might spend it. One or the other. I'm not entirely certain yet. We'll figure it out. So how's that funeral going? Okay, the wake is going to begin in 2 weeks. Sounds good. How long ago did this guy die? Okay, that was a while ago. So we could gain 20 legitimacy. We could gain 50 legitimacy for 430 gold, or we could gain some piety. I'm just going to take the free legitimacy. That seems good. We're going to lose 21 stress. Fantastic. And let's see what else we get here. 99% chance of 50 legitimacy? I mean, that seems pretty good. Yeah, fantastic. So, I mean, we're definitely bringing that piety up, but we lose 21 stress. And we gained 75 prestige here, so our prestige is definitely going up. 16 stress? Yeah, this is what we're going to take. Okay. This is not great odds here. I'm just going to speak of his virtues. Cool. 71% chance of gaining piety. I don't really care about that. We'll just lose the stress. That'll be fine. And what do we got here? 43% chance again, but we could just speak of quiet prayer and lose a bunch of stress here. And that's indeed exactly the plan. Wonderful. Okay. What do we got going on here? I never want to see your face again. And we are very pious. Clearly. Okay. So this is losing 68 stress. That is a lot of stress loss. And we're definitely going to take that. Perfect. We are gaining more prestige. And we're also in debt right now. That's exciting. We'll get out of this debt pretty soon, though. And cool. 120 legitimacy. That is fantastic. So that was a very, very effective funeral then. Perfect. So we're going to head on back, and now we need to get our funds up a little bit. There was a massacre in Punjab with 89 nobles of worth brutalized beyond recognition. Oh my. Okay. Well, that's exciting. We're going to gain the 6 stress here to get a boost to our economy. That will be absolutely fine. Okay, so we've arrived home, and now we want to hold a feast, but we're needing some gold. We can get 95 gold from our Chancellor, which we are definitely interested in doing. And at this point, how much do we need in terms of prestige? Well, the answer is we need about 1,767, I think. Okay. So that's absolutely fine. We should be able to get that relatively easily, although I don't know that a feast is going to exactly get us that much. We'll see. The cost of this feast is going to be fairly significant, and that means we need to save up a little bit more money. Yes, show this guy in at once. So we gained 75 prestige from that, and 3 court grandeur, which is neat. How is our court grandeur, anyway? Okay, that took a moment to load. Let's hop in here, and okay. We're fine. We don't need to do anything at all with that. Cool. So with that in mind, we will just continue to save up a little bit more gold. We should have enough to do this very, very shortly. We can hold another funeral, by the way. We're not going to do that immediately. I'm going to do a feast, and the question is where? I think it's going to be down over this way. Manor houses, farms, and fields. Yeah. We can do it over in Madurai. This will be fine. There's a little bit of danger on the route. It will be in these mountains over here. We can bring in a mountaineer to get rid of that. That's only 6 gold. But the question is, how much is this actually going to cost to run? Oh, that's pretty cheap. Okay, so our intent is going to be recreation. That's not our real intent, but that is going to be the intent. And we could have this guy be the honorary guest. Why not? Okay, we'll get this started. Let's go. So off we go here. And we're going to arrive in Madurai very shortly here. We'll get started on that feast, and then we may hold another funeral or we may not. It depends on how much prestige we need at that point. Okay, we have a lovely time ahead of us. So we gained 35 prestige there. That's excellent. There's a scheme at court. Okay. Actually, I did not mean to not move against this guy. Okay, we just inherited Kyle down over here. We need to definitely grant that out. Perfect. I should have just let the trader be known to all. I clicked the wrong option there. Oh, well. May you grow to be strong and wise. I'm sure there will be no ill repercussions from that small mistake, right? Right? There probably will be. Okay, so at this point, 10 gold here. We'll take that. That'll be absolutely fine. We're up to 807 gold. So we could definitely build a blacksmith upgrade, and we could also build a mobile camp upgrade. I'm just going to build the blacksmith upgrade over here for now. Welcome, friends. So the feast is now happening, and that's excellent. What a good evening. Okay. So we lose 105 stress, or we could just gain 75 prestige, and that's indeed exactly what we're going to do. Raucous entertainment for 5 years. Okay, that is going to be a medium boost to health. Sure, why not? Okay. We should indeed do this more often. 150 prestige, but not to us. We gained 75 prestige here. You're all very welcome for our hospitality. They took it personally, but this is our point. Okay, and with that, it's all done. We gained 225 prestige, and that is completed. So at this point, we can see that we are 403 away from the next level of fame. Okay. 403. So that's noted. That's not a lot of prestige. We could hold another funeral. That is a distinct option here. We know that funerals are relatively cheap. So maybe that's exactly what we should do. More legitimacy would not go amiss. We are below our expected legitimacy. So a funeral is probably not a bad idea here. We'd hold this up in this same location, and we'd have no danger along the route, even if we got rid of the Mountaineer, we know that. And our deceased would this time be our aunt. Why not? We can bump this up to extravagant ceremonials. Ah, we can't do it for another 3 years. Gotcha. Okay, in that case, never mind on that plan. I assumed it would be grayed out in here if we could do it, or just move it down to unavailable. Why didn't it move it to unavailable? Because we can't hold a feast for another 4 years. We can't hold a funeral for another 3, but it's still in the available section. That's odd. I'm not sure what's going on with that one. That's a little strange. We could do a hunt, or we could just be patient. We'll probably get there via events. Now, I want to check in on this situation up over here. Hang on a moment. His alliance is broken. Well, that'll be our fame. We're going to do a holy war for kingdom, and that is going to be this kingdom right here. Now, other rulers that are of his religion might join this war. That's okay. He's also heavily in debt. So we're going to declare this right now, and we're going to get started on this immediately. So we're raising up, and in we go. Now, the Holy Order comes in. That's not surprising. And we're going to get this siege completed very quickly. Perfect. We're going to head down over here. We had a son. Okay. So we see his army up over here. I'm not concerned about that. We're just going to continue to siege. We should siege quite quickly through all of this territory. So we're up to 16% war score already. That's looking good. What's he at for troop count? Oh, this is fine. This is not a problem. I was afraid that some of these guys up here would join the war. They did not. So that is absolutely wonderful. Just that holy order, and I'm really not concerned about that. Okay, we're going to head up over here and hit. We're sieging our way towards him because I do want to fight him. So our next location is probably going to be here. He's sieging very slowly. Excellent. So this will allow us to create the Empire title, which will allow us to have definitely enough fame, but these battles will probably give us the fame that we need. Okay, this would be the next siege location, or we could just fight them here. And that's what I'm leaning towards doing. He's going to come in and try to fight us here. This is going to be in hills. He'll be the defender. And this is about the best battle that he's going to take. He's running away. Yeah, that's what I thought. We're going to stack wipe that unit probably before anyone else arrives. This is a very bad situation for him. They trickled in at exactly the wrong timing. Okay. So there's our level of fame. Perfect. And we're going to finish up this siege. He can't do anything about this. We're at 76% war score. This kingdom is ours. It's just a matter of time. And that time is not very long either. He formed an alliance, not like we care. Okay, we're 88% war score, and he's going to continue to run back this direction, but honestly, by the time he gets here, he'll be in a bad position, and the war's over. So there's nothing he can do. The enemy ally joins the war just in time for that to end. He is still not strong enough, so yeah, this is absolutely wonderful. We are going to go ahead and enforce our demands here, and we gain 150 legitimacy from that too. Cool. So this territory is all ours, and that is absolutely wonderful. So now the question is, do we want to immediately declare on this guy? I kind of want to wait for this war to end. We would get a couple more provinces out of that. For now, what we should do is we should become an emperor. Done. Fantastic. Another greater coronation is in order. So we just created the empire title, and we need to assign taxpayers, apparently. We're not taxing our clan vassals. It looks like we need to tick that forward a little bit. And our decision to expand the realm has completed. We have upheld our oath. We will further expand this realm, to be clear. That's absolutely fine. So as of right now, we can see we're at 21,208, which isn't a huge amount, but we're doing pretty okay. We can extort our subjects, and we will. I don't want to lose the legitimacy. I'm just going to say, consider it an extra test of loyalty. Perfect. So that's fine. And what do we want to do with that gold? Well, now that we're an emperor, we can have 7 of 8 domain. And if we go into our military, we can have 8 men-at-arms as well. So this was always intended to be an economic holding. And this one was intended to be a siege holding. So that means another unit of siege cannons to be able to siege even faster. And that will be extraordinarily fast sieges. So I'm going to revoke this title here. Never mind, we're allied with her. Okay, she's our wife. Huh. How did that happen? I didn't expect that. Okay, that's interesting. That's very interesting. How did that happen? She's still managing our domain. Well, I guess that means that we could pull back this title, at least temporarily. Like that. And then we would get ourselves up to 8 of 8 men-at-arms regiments. So that means bombards here. So we'll create that. These are going to be stationed over here. Not that Kyle is going to help them all that much. What we really want is them to be stationed up here. But for now, this will have to do. Yeah, you can see just how much Madurai is helping as opposed to Kyle. It's not very much. But we can just boost this up. It's fine. We'll take that up to size 15. There we go. And that seems absolutely fine. Okay, let's tick forward a little bit here. And at this moment, what I want to do is I want to assign taxpayers, but this is not a thing at this moment. We might have to give it a month tick. I'm not entirely certain on that. But what I am entirely certain on is that I want to fight this guy. I'd really like it if he would end his war. I would really like it if he would end that war. We can also create kingdom titles now and have the kingdoms be under us. I don't want to do that now until we start hitting vassal limits. What is our vassal limit? If I remember correctly, it's kind of buried. I think it is under here. Yeah, 17 out of 60. So we're nowhere even close to our vassal limit yet. Okay, sounds good. So that's absolutely wonderful. We want to make a bunch of additional money. That is fine, and we can ransom off a bunch of these prisoners, which we are delighted to do. Can't do that one yet. That's fine. Oh yeah, I'm aware that we can declare this, and I want to. But this is not the moment to do it. Not quite yet. Very, very soon it will be. We're just waiting for his other war to end. So we're getting some money in here, and let's move on. I want to hold a coronation. So if we wanted to do this, how much is this going to cost? So this would be a coronation, and this would be... We'd do this at a traditional coronation location like this. The goal would probably be to... Renown, huh? Okay. Honestly, impress attendees would be the goal. So how much is this going to cost? 1,800 gold for a full account? Okay. Understood. We'll come back to that here in about 10 months. So that sounds good. When are we going to be able to extort subjects again? Probably not for a while. Yeah, 5 years. Okay, I thought that was quite recent. So that's understood. We are working up our lifestyle focus here, but we've got a long ways to go until we get at any cost. So that is, of course, sad. We can't throw this guy in jail, so we will let the traitor be known to all. Fantastic. Can we appoint tax collectors now? Yes, we can. Fantastic. So we're going to do exactly that. This is the same guy, is it not? Yeah, he just moves. That's a reappoint. Interesting. So we would need this guy to be up over here. We would need then this guy, and then we would need this guy. Okay. So that should make us some amount of taxes, except we don't actually have any taxpayers in these jurisdictions, so I don't think that actually matters. And we might be paying them a salary. We've only got the one taxpayer, but, I mean, 3 gold is not terrible. How are we doing on our... Oh, okay, we're very endorsed by our Realm Priest. That sounds good. Okay, so we still need to get another 600 gold for our coronation. That is pretty significant, and we also have a couple of kingdom titles we can create. We can hold kingdom titles... We can hold infinite kingdom titles, can't we? I'm pretty sure we can. Unlike duchy titles, where we start to have a penalty if we hold more than 2. We can grant vassals to rightful lieges, and that is something we should probably do. So we'll just go ahead and do that. And we're now making almost 200 gold per month, and that's continuing to go up every day tick. Okay, it stopped now. 183.3. Not bad. We'll take it. So that's absolutely phenomenal. We now have enough gold for that coronation, and let's do it. So we're going to plan that coronation. This is going to be over in the traditional coronation location. We're going to be maxing this out, impressing attendees. We don't need a mountaineer, and let's start the coronation. Perfect. So off we go here. Time to get coronated as Emperor. So we're doing pretty well in terms of our soldier count. No doubt about that. And soon our reign begins. Now, the Magnificence has been damaged by factions, but we're already at 3 of 5. So that's not bad. We can probably get to 4 of 5. Very interesting indeed. So we now have 450 gold, and the idea at this moment is we're going to declare on this guy. He's losing this war right now. Maybe we declare on him immediately after the coronation. I don't know. We'll see what oaths we're allowed to have for the coronation, since we've already done Expand the Realm. We'll see what the options are. So, welcome, one and all. Okay, we could become the owner of this brooch, or we could just increase our magnificence, and that's what we're going to do. That seems good. Magnificence would increase notably. People are going to be kind of annoyed by it, but it's fine. This would be... Coronation would increase notably again. We're not listening to sycophants. Magnificence would increase slightly. We'll just look forward to it being over. I don't want to pay gold on that. Okay, what else do we have? This guy would join as a royal architect. Sure, why not? I don't know if he's any good at it, but it'll be fine. Let's have the magnificence increase notably again. We're almost to the next level here. We'll give no response. There are strong detractors at the coronation, and, I mean, I'm not surprised about that. We have some people who will be very angry. Imperious, huh? Okay, sure. Notably increasing the coronation magnificence. Can we make level 5? We are level 4 now. Apparently we're going to defend Shiva's faithful. We'll see if that actually happens. Must we praise these new customs? It's fine. I don't mind spending 75 prestige. That's completely okay. 90 legitimacy. That's nice. And what do we got here? 45 legitimacy and magnificence increasing slightly. Done. I didn't even read what we were going to do there. Did we give something away? I don't know. I don't think we did. Okay, high anointment? Sure. It's fine. Too late to turn back now, so Crown Sovereign-Law, no surprise there. Our wife would gain 1,500 prestige. It's okay. We actually like our wife, I think. Mostly because she's our high stewardship wife, and we would like to keep her around. So that's the dream here. So we can consolidate the empire, completely control its de jure borders. We can shape the realm, which is constructing or upgrading at least 8 buildings. That's probably going to happen, and I think that's what I'm going to pick here. Okay, with that aside, it is time to celebrate. We are so close to level 5 magnificence on this coronation. No magnificence here, unfortunately. We made a friend with our brother. That's fine. Brother / realm priest. Losing some stress is irrelevant to us here, but we'll pick it. And what do we got here? We'll be far too busy. We're not going to be doing a hunt, I don't think. Okay, magnificence is increasing slightly here. Did we get to level 5? We got to level 5. Excellent. So at this point, we can just take the gold, I suppose. Yeah, we'll graciously accept. That seems fine. Okay. Trust with other cultures. Yeah, let's do it. We got the 11% good chance. I like it. Our reign begins. Okay, the coronation is over. So we're going to head back now, and we said that we'd build 8 buildings. We are going to build 8 buildings, for sure. I want to get an upgrade to this blacksmith. That's 1 of our 8. And we can upgrade this blacksmith. That's 2 of our 8. Fantastic. We're already a quarter of the way there. But we do want to declare up on this guy. This war's over, and this is, I think, the time that we want to do this. He is... The game thinks he's superior to us in military strength. I actually disagree. I don't think that that's the case. I'm looking at what he has here, and I'm just like, really? You really think that that's going to do the trick? Because I don't. We're going to declare this war, and next episode, we're going to attempt to beat this guy up. I think we'll do okay with it. I think we'll do fine. You can leave your offerings to the engagement gods in the form of likes, comments, subscribes, and bell ringings, and a very special thank you to all of the channel members for making this video possible, including ALS Gamer, Dark Horse, Ethan Feldman, Upper Cumberland Gamers, Nick Smarty, Punching the Microphone, The Lounge, STL, Spock, and all the rest. And of course, you. Thank you for watching. If you'd like to support the channel, you can click the join button down below the video, and as always, I will see you all next time.